Good evening, everyone. I was going to say good morning. It's a little dark out for that time. So I'm just checking my systems. Can you hear me okay? Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Tonight, what's been on my mind today is when relationships have difficulty, right? When people drop out, when you get canceled, when somebody in your family moves to a different part of the world, somebody gets married to someone that not everybody likes. There's political issues that can come up in families. So there's all kinds of things that can get in the way. And now here it's the holiday time. And it's a time when we are supposed to be gathering with our families, hopefully, and enjoying some time together. And sometimes people are a little bit intimidated by that because there might be somebody in the family who you don't look forward to seeing. But you know what? As I was thinking about it today, what I am aware of is sometimes we make mistakes that we want to recover from, that we want to have reconciliation with someone. And that no doubt there's somebody right now, even now, thinking about you, wondering how you're doing, wondering if you are okay, and really having no way of seeing or touching base with you because they don't know what to do. So if that's you, then the readings are, you're going to find a lot of comfort tonight. Okay. So to our free reading tonight is yes or no. If you have a yes or no question, I have my yes no deck here. It's a pretty new deck that I have where I will shuffle and draw you a card to get an instant yes no reading for something that is pressing on you, something that you need an answer for. And then also, we are drawing from the Archangel deck tonight. So, those of you who love the angels, so you'd like to have a one card angel card for you personally, that is $4.99. And I'm happy to do that for you. And then our third deck for tonight is the Winter Weight Redo, which is, I've wanted to have a Christmas deck for a really long time. And I'm tickled to be using this deck tonight for our tarot readings. The tarot readings will be 3 cards, and it's about a missing piece. What's missing in your life? What do you need an answer for? If you'd like for me to dig deep into the cards, it is $11.11 to participate at that level. Okay, and so if you are wanting to register for a reading, let me just put the maybe hold on just for a second. Okay, here's our link. There's our link for registering for your readings this evening. And so, welcome. We're all set, ready to see what the cards have for you. Somebody is thinking about you as the holiday season gets started here. Somebody would love to connect with you, they just don't know how. They wonder if it's too late. They want to be able to tell you they're sorry. They know that the situation got out of hand. And right now they feel like their hands are tied. They don't know what to say or do to help you understand how they feel, okay? Hi, Catwoman. Welcome. Oops. So I'm going to pull one card. It pulled itself out of the deck from our Archangel deck just to give us kind of a theme for tonight's readings. And I'm just sensing it's like a sense that people want to reconcile, that somebody has hurt your feelings. There's somebody in your life right now who really wants to reach out and they don't know how. So this card flew out of the deck onto my lap. And so Archangel Jeremiah is here to really encourage us to do that life review. When you think back to the person that you struggle with, the person that you just can't figure out how to handle that person, that person has probably, there's two things. One, you've had a lot of up and down with the same person, or you've attracted a lot of people with similar personality traits because there's something within you that is unbalanced and needs to be addressed, okay? So this life review, it's so gentle. The angels are not here to scold. They're not here to be upset or angry. What the angels want to do is bring comfort, wisdom, and guidance. Thank you, Archangel Jeremiah, for stepping in and being our guide for the readings tonight. Really appreciate that. Hey, Catwoman, I'd love to read a card for you. It's super easy. All you do is go to this website right here. I'm going to put it in there for you. That's my Hipsy account. That's where you handle all of my readings, the ones that are free and the readings that you can pay for. Everything is over there. If you're a first-time viewer, welcome. Very glad you're here tonight. If you would like me to pull you an Archangel card, it's $4.99. But if you simply have a yes/no question that you would like me to answer for you, that's really easy. I have a yes/no oracle deck, and when you go to Manifest Faster, you just write your yes/no question in the chat window and hit submit, and it will send it to me. Okay, so Archangel Jeremiah, thank you so much. We do have someone who signed up for a reading here tonight, Salama. Hey Salama, are you here with us right now yet? Some people sign up early and then they step away. So I will wait for Salama to read her yes/no question for when she arrives here. And so for the rest of you, what is it that you want to know? Who is it in your life who has hurt your feelings? Who do you think about a lot? Who is it? Have you had a breakup this year? It's the end of 2025. Have some of you had a breakup? Maybe that's what the energy I'm picking up here. Okay, let's see. We have somebody. Just look. Thank you guys for your patience. I really appreciate you. And Randa is here this evening. So let me just hit Randa. Welcome. If I'm going to overcome anxiety in love with, okay, so am I going to overcome anxiety in love with O? So O is O a person, or did you just not finish the answer, Rhonda? And I forgot what your name is in the chat, so if you want to let me know. Okay, so we're going to, Rhonda is very first here with the yes/no questions. And so I have a deck full of yes/no answers. So hold your, oh, it's the initial of the person. Okay, got it. Okay, so yes, so Catwoman, are you going to overcome your anxiety in love? Hey, Courtney. Excellent. Courtney, if you want to have a reading, all you have to do is go to the Hipsy site and add your question to the queue. Okay, oops, I got cards spilling on the floor here. They're all excited to be at the party. Okay. So yes, in order to get your card reading, all you do is just go to manifestfaster.com. They handle all of my readings over there. Hipsy takes care of me so beautifully. And there's no charge for a yes/no reading, so you can go right over there and ask your question. And so, Rhonda, are you going to overcome your anxiety in love with O? Okay. What does yes or no? Oops, oh gosh, too many. What is the best answer here? Is Rhonda able to overcome her anxiety? Is Rhonda able to overcome her anxiety with O? Is Rhonda able to overcome that anxiety with O? Hi Barry, welcome. So glad you're here. So Rhonda, let's see. And we have a yes. Embrace new opportunities, a fresh day begins. So yes, it shows that you do have the ability to overcome your anxiety. And what I would want to ask you is, what is it that you think the anxiety could be based on? And do you need to develop some confidence in yourself so that you're not so anxious? So one thing I love to ask people is there a ghost in the past, somebody who you did love, who disappointed you, or was there a hurtful breakup? Because sometimes you can get afraid of being hurt again. Okay, so you do want to be mindful if there are hurt feelings attached to any other partners in the past. It would be great for you to deal with that heartbreak. Yes, Catwoman. Yeah, it is. It's when your friends, your family, when people you're dating disappoint you. It's almost as if it tears your spirit. It just tears it apart, and it can need some repair. Me personally, I work with people to get over heartbreak. I use tapping, and when you have a reading with me, a personal reading, I pull the cards, we find a block to the love that you're wanting, and then we use tapping to restore your confidence. Okay, so if it's hard for you to overcome that anxiety, I'm here for you. There are lots of readings available in the little store on Hipsy, so please do take advantage of that. I would love to support you. Being able to get over the heartbreak from the past is really important in being confident going forward. So I'm very glad I could help you tonight. That's fantastic. So let me mark your finish. Thank you for being here. And if you're just visiting tonight, welcome. I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot, and we're all about, yes, for Courtney, all you, here, let me put the website in here. You click this link, Manifest Faster, and it'll take you right to the page. You enter your yes/no question into the chat box and hit submit, and I will be able to pull a yes/no card for you. Meanwhile, let's take a look. Let's let the archangels speak again. And if you're just watching, you can pull the energy of this reading to yourself right now. The archangels they're warrior angels. They want to fight for what it is that we want. And many times we're so close to the problem, we don't know what to do for ourselves. The archangels are always here waiting to help us. So let me pull a card for us. Which archangel is here for my friends tonight? There's no accidents that you're here at this point. You are a wonderful partner, aren't you? You are a wonderful partner. Why is it's so hard to find a person? Okay, here we have creative writing, Archangel Gabriel. Okay, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel, creative writing. If you are, okay, so the theme of tonight is about someone who loves you. You had some sort of a kerfuffle. There was a fight, an argument. There was somebody misunderstood, and there was a break. There was a break in the family unit. This could be a break between an adult child and their parent. It could even be that the person who hurt your feelings is no longer alive, that they are on the other side. Yeah, I'm picking that up, that there's deep regret. There's deep regret about things that were never said. And so let me read what Archangel Gabriel says here. Make time to write down your thoughts in a journal or pen an article or a book. Yes, one of the techniques that has helped me so much in my own life with people that have moved on for whatever reason. I have lived in a lot of different places. I moved a lot, and so some of my friendships ended simply because I moved out of town. And so it wasn't even like something awful happened. It was just a natural separation. But the way I handled some of the unfinished business was to write letters from people to me, as if I was in their mind, and let them apologize to me through my own creativity. This is really was helpful for me with my own dad, who really was not. I don't know what his issues were, but life was painful for him, and he passed that pain on to some of his children and relatives. And I don't know why. I don't know his family. I have a little bit of knowledge about his family history, but not much. So I wrote myself a letter pretending I was my dad and wrote an apology. It was so moving. It was, kind of self-serving, right? But I'm writing a letter to myself that I never did receive from my dad. And I was able to stand in my own truth by just letting the imaginary dad write to me and explain that he didn't mean to do those things, that he was lost and confused himself, and that he wishes he wouldn't have behaved that way. And so I feel like this could be so helpful for you. Archangel Gabriel is the archangel of creativity. And if this idea feels good to you, that you could possibly write a letter from the person who hurt you, from the person who broke your heart, and put the words in there that you so long to hear, okay? An affirmation that can be helpful is to say, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling softer towards this person right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm willing to release my hard feelings right now. People can only hurt us to the extent that we allow it. And when the hurting is gone, we do need to move on and help ourselves recover. So, thank you, Archangel Gabriel. I don't mean to make light of this, because I know it can be very difficult to move on when somebody has hurt you. That's why I like to use tapping. Tapping and tarot is the system that I use to really help people get beyond the disappointments of the past. You've probably carried that heartbreak long enough, don't you think? So, welcome. Hey, Barry. An amazing accent. That's what I went on. I was in Italy one time, and our tour guide was a Scottish Italian. So she was a Scot who married an Italian and then moved to Italy. And I wondered if when she spoke Italian, she had a Scottish brogue. It cracked me up because she had a wonderful accent. So, but I can't imagine learning a second language and having that strong accent. So, Mr. Barry, thank you for your comment. It tickles me that people will say, well, you have an accent. I say, I do. So anyway, yes, so tonight we're answering yes, no questions. It can be about any topic you want, as this deck right here. And also I'm pulling Archangel cards for those of you who want to have an Archangel reading. It's just $4.99 in the shop. And then also I do have the Christmas Tarot. I think I'll do a Christmas Tarot demonstration right now. This reading that I'm doing, the puzzle piece reading, is where we look at the cards and we look for what's missing. What are you not seeing? And so just because you're here right now, you may claim this reading. The theme for tonight is all about some sort of relationship that fell apart. The other person is very regretful. This could be an employment situation where they may have fired you, silly people, and they regret it deeply. So I want to pull the cards here and see what it is that we're looking for here. And these cards are jumping out, so we'll let them. Let me just pull one more. So we're doing 3 cards here, and we're investigating who is this that's feeling badly? Who is it that's wanting to reconnect, and should you let them? Okay, so we have the Three of Wands, and it's Santa. And when I look at the art already, I feel the intensity of this energy, because look at how he's searching. And I feel like that's where your person, whoever the person is, that has that you haven't seen them for a long time. You might have had a fight, an argument of some kind. It could have been you moved, but it was not finished. There was something missing in it, and I see all the whirlwind. It's like all that wind is blowing, and I think now as the year is closing, that this person has regret, and they're looking back. And they're just wondering, how you are, what's going on with you, and being very hesitant to reach out and to talk. There is an element of sincerity here. So if you know who this is about, if there's a person in your family, a friend, somebody that it ended oddly. It wasn't like a fight that ended it. Maybe you moved, maybe they moved, but there is this promise of a fresh start here. And so I do feel that this person is sincere, that they totally have missed what you guys had, and they really want to speak to you, and they are feeling very optimistic about striking up some kind of new situation. So, and with the Three of Swords showing up here. Okay, so the missing piece here is that we have our Three of Wands and the Three of Swords, but you have been unwilling to let go of the heartbreak. That in a way, and I understand, I've worked with people getting over heartbreak for decades now. And I myself have had a struggle trusting myself after I married someone who ended up being not the man I thought he was. And nobody forced me to marry the person. This was totally my decision. But it ended up causing me so many headaches, and I kind of swore off relationships like, that's it, I'm done. No way, no how, leave me alone. And I realized after a few years that that's a limited safety zone. I mean, it's lonely out on the cutting edge if you want to look at it that way. But it's important for you to let go of what happened in the past. This person is sincere. As they turned and walked away from you, maybe ghosted you, they made a big mistake, and they are very, very sorry. They want to talk to you. They may want to own it. They may want to make amends in some way, but you ultimately have complete control over the yes and the no. You do not have to go forward with them, but there's something that needs to be said. It could be that when this person speaks to you, that will be all it takes, because they'll own what happened. You'll accept what they said. You'll give each other a hug. You'll realize you both grew, and you go separate. I'm not saying this is a reconciliation, but what I'm saying is that this person has an agenda. If they are sincere, and they want to wipe the slate clean. Can you do the same thing? Now, if you would like to have me pull cards for you personally, I'm here for you. It's super simple. The reading costs just $11.11, very reasonable, and I can pull cards for your particular situation. And anyone else, if you'd like to have a yes-no card pulled, I am using my yes-no oracle deck. It's super easy to get your free reading. All you do is click manifestfaster.com. I'll put it in the chat for you. And I'm happy to pull a card. Like I said, tonight I just feel this. I think it's because the holidays are coming. And there's a time for regret. Doing a life review. You may be feeling separate from family. Somebody may have just moved. You may have just moved somewhere. Maybe you're a student and you've had to say goodbye to some old friendships. Whatever it is, There's somebody tonight, the energy was so strong when I got ready to do the reading, that there's somebody who wants to say sorry and they're hoping it is not too late. They're hoping that it is not too late. So I'm just going to pull another Archangel card. Thank you, angels and guides. Thank you guys for visiting. Where are you visiting from? Let me know. I am here in Tennessee, where it really wasn't that cold today. It was actually in the 40s, but you would have thought it was 20 the way I dressed for the weather. I lived a long time in Southern California. I got used to the mild temperatures there. Okay. What angel wants to come out and speak to us? Gifts from God, Archangel Sandalphon. Okay, this is a tender message because in the way life is right now, a lot of people cancel friendships, cancel relationships, and they just cut people off. And it's the way they choose to live. I live in a family where there's a lot of cutoffs. But what I have found in my own life is that strangers often step in and provide emotional support in a way that family of origin never could. And I wonder if you've experienced that in your life, where the kindness of a stranger sometimes is so profound when you're having a really lonely moment, when somebody can reach out and say, listen, I'm really glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, right now with me. And I'm glad that I can pass this message to you, that when we're called to take a second look at someone who has hurt our feelings, it's a gift from God, because we have that chance to just let them say their piece. What if they're furious with you? What if they are? You could handle it. As long as you're willing to say, look, I never meant to do that. I'm sorry that you had a hard time. I'm sorry that I was part of what made your life complicated. If I would have known better, I would have done better. But just to own it and be able to say, look, I don't know what my part was in this, but I do love and care for you, and I want us to try to fix this. This particular card, let me read what Archangel Sandalphon's message. We angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So if you've been thinking about somebody, they're on your mind, you may be dreaming about them, you can open up an energetic window of connection. You can open up your heart as you're sitting right here listening to me right now. You could say, even though I don't know how, I'm opening my heart to such and such, to so and so right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm opening myself up to my cousin right now. Even though I don't know how, I'm opening myself to my mom right now. Who is it that hurt your feelings? Can you open your heart? This gift to you to just be open might be enough. You may not even ever need to talk to them. It's odd that way. But just removing the barrier in your own mind, that it's a gift when somebody wants to come back and make up for lost time, or to bring up a conversation for something hurtful. Okay? Moving forward. Selama, you're here. Excellent. I didn't pull your card out yet because I was waiting for you to come. So welcome. And anybody else who wants to have a reading, there are 3 readings that you can order tonight. One is our yes/no reading, which, let me see, where's our box? This is the deck I'm using for the yes/no readings. We are using the Archangel cards for our single card, and then the Christmas Tarot for the tarot reading, what's your missing piece? So Selama, let's get our yes and no cards. And your question is, will you find a job in the near future? Let's take a look. Will this card, what is the answer? Will a job appear in the near future? Ooh, this one wants to come. It jumped right away. Okay, and it says no. Okay. In the formative stage, immature, being hungry. Okay, so it looks like right now, in this moment, it's a no. And it could be because it's the holiday season, and a lot of times hiring is complicated around the holidays. So it could be in your profession. In your profession, you may be getting a no, but because the holidays are a busy time, there may be something for you in a field that you're not familiar with, or in the service industry of some type, um, to get through into the new year. But it does look right now that you're still in a waiting period, Salama. And I'm sorry about that, because I know that's not exactly what you want to see. But that idea of brushing up on your resume, making sure that if there's any sort of training or any sort of a profession that is connected to yours that you could brush up on, that could be what this is about. Usually this is just a timing situation, and something is forming, but it's not ready yet. Okay, so Salama, again, sometimes these are tough to see, but what I want you to do is to simply keep relying on your support system that you have right there, friends and people who can support you as you're waiting. Okay, Mystic Christina, welcome. I'm glad that you are here tonight. Let's see. Exactly right. And the cardinal, that's another thing. You can look up the meaning of the word cardinal and see what the spiritual meaning of it is. Yes, Salama, I know it's hard. It's hard. It's hard when you're waiting. But I would say too that as you are in that waiting mode, you just want to keep looking at your freshening up your resume and being sure to hang out in places where people, like the whole networking thing, being able to go to the companies that you want to work for, and if there's a restaurant near that company, to go there and hang out there and just listen and watch who you might meet. Okay, all right, who else would like to have a card reading? We have 3 that you could read tonight. One is our yes no question. The second is an archangel card, where I will draw from the Archangel Oracle, pull you your own angel. And then the last is the Christmas Tarot, which I'm using. I love it so much. Plan to try to use it as many times as I can as Christmas approaches. So don't be shy. If you'd like me to pull you a card, just click the link. I'll put it down here again for you. Click the link and it'll take you immediately to the chat where you can ask your question. Okay. All right, let's draw another Archangel an Archangel card for us. Okay, tonight's theme. Somebody's out there, they want to apologize to you. They know that they messed up, but they don't know how. You're probably so disappointed in them, and it's been such a long time, they don't have any idea how to approach you. So what would the angels say? What do the angels have to say about this situation? Archangel Gabriel. Okay, so that's the second. Archangel Gabriel has shown up twice tonight already, and such a tender, tender message. Okay, and this very well could be for somebody that's having separation between you and your mom, your dad, or you as an adult child, feeling separated. Or it could be that you are a mom or dad and you've lost track of one of your kids because you guys have gone separate directions. This can be very painful, can't it? Very painful. But Archangel Gabriel is here with this message. As you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. My heart is touched by people who do have a family celebration here. Okay. I really have a heart for people who have been canceled, where for whatever reason it's called estrangement, where you are estranged from your family, whether it's siblings or children or your mom or dad, that there's a part of you that longs to be connected. And you would deny it, some of you, because you'd say, no, I'm fine. I'm doing fine. They're doing them and I'm doing me. And I understand that. But the holidays are a time when feelings come to the surface and you feel a little sensitive and you feel left out. And so what I want to share with you is that the inner child, that there is a part of you who wants to feel deeply loved and connected, just like an infant. But once you're an adult, it's like, where does that go? Sometimes we get a lot of those feelings from the people that are in our life, that they let us love them. They love when we cook for them, and they love when we run to the store for them. And we have connection with other humans. And sometimes it feels so good to give out the love that we don't take time to receive it ourselves. And so Archangel Gabriel is here to help us realize that even though we may not be getting the love from someone we wish we did, that it's possible to feel loved from our own expression. So you guys, if you hang out here with me, you've heard me talk about using the mirror and looking yourself right in the mirror and talking to yourself with loving vocabulary. And it may feel awkward at first, but it's just so worth it for your ears to hear kindness coming from your voice. So even though I don't know how, I'm feeling kinder, even though I don't know how, I'm open to being kinder with myself right now. Even though I don't know how, I want to learn to love myself right now. Even though I don't know how, I want to comfort all of my personality right now. Even though I don't know how, I want to love my inner child right now. Sometimes you'll feel you'll get the ick. I love that. You get the ick when you say stuff like that about yourself. And I get it because I used to also. But it gets better. And when you practice looking in the mirror without having anybody around, it's safe. It's just you and you. But do practice, would you? Bring some nurturing energy to yourself. It's the best way we can prepare if there is someone who is going to be making a gesture this holiday. I keep getting in my spirit that there's someone listening to me who would love a reconnection of some kind, and that I feel that the person that you're wishing for, they wish for it too. I really do, but they're so scared you're going to say no or slap them across the face or slam the door that's holding them back, right? And we don't want to hold them back, especially if we've always wanted to have an apology. Okay, so Miss Christina. Okay. So Christina, just because of the kind of question that it is, I'm not going to read it out loud because I don't want to put you in a situation, but you hold your question and I know what it is, and let's see what the card says for you, okay? And the first thing that I will say is that it's very important always that you're safe, okay? And if there's anything regarding your personal safety, that don't second guess yourself, right? I know that in the States, We have 911. You can call 911 if it's emergency. And they also have a different number. I'm not sure. I think it might be 811, but there's a different number that you can call the authorities, and it's a non-critical call. It doesn't mean that there's a fire, but it means I need information. So it's always good to be safe no matter what. Okay, and Christina, you know, Spirit, you know what Christina needs to see, what she needs to know right now. Okay, and we're getting a no. So let's take a look. Okay, images distort. Trust is obscured. Images distort. Trust is obscured. So I do look at this, and I'm picking up the Moon card from the tarot, because it just is that submerged card, and so I'm also aware of this light that's right in that left eye. Without knowing any details, I just hesitate to jump in. But the words distort and obscured are the two words that really hit me right now. So distort, when there's a distortion, something, its image is not the real, right? If something's distorted, like if you go to the funny farm, when you go to the place where they have like the house of mirrors, and you look in the house of mirrors, and you look at a fat you and a skinny you and a stretched out you, that's what a distortion is, that there's something you're not seeing. And then obscured is like when something's hidden, right? Oh, I'm glad this makes sense to you. I really am. And I think that this picture with the face, with being underwater, everything is distorted and obscured when you're underwater. So I would say that there's probably a bag of worms that you'll open up here with the wrong move. And so I would, if you have, and I know you have people that love you, you have a good support system. And so this is where you want to talk to people you can really trust, for sure, who aren't going to be overly dramatic about this. But it might be like, you might be in my situation too, where I did talk to the police officers, and I got advice from them, which was not really helpful for my situation, but I felt supported. And then eventually a big change happened that moved me away from the troublesome situation, okay? But right now it just looks like things are too murky to be able to see clearly what you need to know. And I'm glad that makes sense to you, I'm grateful for that. So thank you for being here tonight. Thank you. Something I think is during this past week here you were with a yes, no question. Yes, I think that before you do anything that's major, it's like when you're a carpenter, what do they say? Measure twice and cut once. To really measure your steps very cautiously going forward, but being safe is super important always. And because I know that you don't want to be a pot stirrer. If there's a way that things can be negotiated in some way without stirring a pot, of course that's helpful. But I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that was helpful for you. So let's go forward here. Welcome. If you're a first-time person here, welcome. I'm Catherine. This is Pattern Breaker Tarot. We're all about breaking the patterns that are holding us back. Tonight, we're talking to people who have someone that is separate. There's a separation going on. It could be a no contact. They might have said to you, look, please don't contact me. But you can't stop thinking about them. There's somebody who misunderstood something. You may have felt that you were misunderstood badly. And yet when you tried to stand up for yourself, everything fell apart, and you may be feeling responsible for that. And this person who can't get you out of their mind, they are aware a mistake has been made, and they would like to step forward, but they're just afraid. They don't know if you'd be open
for a talk. So let's see. And we have chakra clearing with Archangel Metatron. Chakra clearing, again, energy being blocked, right? Hurt feelings that land. You know how when you get a splinter from a piece of wood and it goes deep into your finger and you need to dig it out, right? When you press on it, it hurts. It hurts a lot. And so, because of that, our energy centers can be cleared that will facilitate our emotional well being. Okay? Archangel Metatron says, call upon me to clear and open your chakras using sacred geometric shapes. So, this makes me want to recommend that you go to the YouTube search window and look for meditations for clearing my chakras. There is a wonderful sound bowl healer, Healing Vibrations, I think might be his name, and he has a lot of videos where he'll play this crystal bowls, and they actually tune in all of these chakras. Okay, so energy work is what we need. Therapy is excellent. I've been to therapy myself. Therapists are talented professionals that can really help you sort out why you are where you are and what's going on. Energy work, what I do with tapping, with the cards, with journaling, and doing some thoughtful consideration of the story you're telling about yourself. Okay, if you have had brokenheartedness in your life and you keep speaking the story over and over again, for example, there's one lady I knew, and she her phone rang. She picked up the phone, and the person on the phone was her daughter. And her daughter did not know. She didn't call her mom on purpose. It was a butt dial. You know what I mean? Where her phone somehow dialed up her mom. The daughter was in the car trash talking her mom. She was telling stories about her mom that was terrible. None of us want to hear our adult kids' version of us. That they get to say what they want to say. It's a free world, right? But if you have to hear it, it was terrible. And she knew she should hang up. She said, I knew I shouldn't keep listening because this was so painful. But she listened for like 20 minutes while the daughter just said every bad thing. And it took, I don't even know if they ever repaired it. It was just once those words were spoken, and it was a mistake. And then the daughter didn't even know. And so the reason I tell you this is because when somebody has hurt you, the way you tell your story will impact the rest of your life. You can say, my father abused me. Or you could say, my dad had all kinds of problems and growing up with him was hard. Right? They both say the same thing. My brother's wife cheated on him, and I've never been able to get over it. That's terrible, right? It's terrible. But if you say it, my brother's wife did some things that hurt the whole family, and I'm learning to get over it. You can tell your story truthfully, using words that will build you up and not tear you down. Okay? Archangel Metatron is here to encourage you to just let Spirit clean out the hurt and the pain that you've gone through in the past. Me personally, I would do it with you. I have readings here in my store. They're $33.33, and they're recorded readings, videos, where I will pull cards, will find a block that's in your way, will remove the block. Okay, that's part of what I love to do to support you guys who really want to move forward and not have the same old disappointments come time and time and time again. Okay, all right, so let's move forward here. If there's anybody, hey Courtney, are you still here, Courtney? I'd love to pull a card for you. Just go ahead and tap on the Manifest Faster and let me know what question you have to answer, and I'll be glad to pull a card for you. Meanwhile, let's use our Christmas deck here. And we're telling a little bit of a longer story, just demonstrate for you how we are looking for missing pieces. What's missing? we've got a storyline going on where somebody definitely wants to reconnect, but they're feeling shy about it. They don't know what you will think, and they're hoping that you don't close them out, but quite frankly, they don't blame you if you did, because what they did was unforgivable. Okay, so what's your person's story? Yep, very burdened, just carrying so much guilt. And part of us, when we have cards like this, we're like, good, they should feel guilty. How could they have done such a thing? How could they have done such a hurtful thing? This is them. They're carrying those burdens. They've been suffering for a long time. And even though you thought that they went off on their merry way and that they never thought of you, it's just not true. They have been thinking of you for all this time. Yep. And even though they feel unsure, totally unsure, they have no idea how you're going to respond, but they want peace. This Six of Swords on one side of this river, it's busy and the water is very rough. And it's like that's behind them now, though. And they're crossing over the river and they're going to their new location. The lighthouse here, I love how the lighthouse is shining out. And the beam of light is going right over here into this burdensome card, and this person is finding a way to come. So yes, if this is you and you have really been missing somebody, they are going to make it happen. Something's going to happen I think before the year is out. There is a very surprising person that you did not expect to hear from is going to be there in a way that you never expected. Let me just see what our final card is. And we have the Jack Frost card, which is just trying to think, is that the... Yeah. So, okay, I'm sorry, I just got lost in the cards here. So here we have Jack Frost. And so this is good, because the call for you is to let your animosity end. Okay, even though they've done these wrong things, they should never have treated you like that. And there was just carnage, just a lot of death and destruction that came from this. When that person made that mistake, it impacted more than just you, okay? But this call is for you to just let this go. It happened a long time ago, and this person has paid the price. As you can allow yourself to warm your heart and really release this person from the things they did that hurt you, it's going to make a huge, huge difference. That's why they're scared. And I get it now, because when you've been hurt, you're very careful. And people kind of have to walk on eggshells around you. And your friends may think you're a little high maintenance. And I don't mean that to sound offensive in any way. It's just that your attitude of, no, they hurt me, I'm done, and that's it. And you're just such a strong, firm cutoff, but it's just not the time for that. It may have worked for you up until now, where you kept them away from you, but something's happening right now. It could be that somebody's ill or somebody is in a desperate situation, but it will help you to be a peacemaker. Okay, again, this is not easy. Spirit knows that you were hurt. That's not about saying what they did was right, but you can be the higher liver right now. You can live the best you by opening up to hear them. Just open up to hear them. And then if you want to close back up when they're done, fine. But right now, you can be the bigger person and the better person and bring humanity into this situation. Okay, my friends? Not an easy situation. Not an easy. When you've had somebody who has hurt your feelings and they've done something in the past that was despicable, it can be very difficult to move on from that. But if you stay stuck within that anger and fear and doubt, your life ends up being dragged down instead of lifted up. Okay? All right. Let's pull another Archangel card. Hi, friend. Welcome. Is this the first time that you're here? Have you been here before? Would you like to ask a question? It's very easy to ask a question. I have my link right up there. There it is, manifestfaster.com. And I'm happy to draw a card for you. We'll be here for a few more minutes. Thank you so much for visiting me tonight. It's great to see you. Let's pull another Archangel card. It's so wonderful to be able to depend on the angels to be there for us, guys. Okay, somebody wants to apologize, but they're afraid. The moon cycles. Archangel Haniel, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. Okay. In the idea of cycles, we have times when we feel good, positive, things are going our way, and we have times where our energy is just low. Sometimes it can be because of the cycles of our own bodies, where we go from a low mood to a high mood, and we can kind of figure that out for ourselves. And so what Archangel Haniel here is asking you to keep your eye on the moon cycles. The full moon, which we just had one a few days ago, is all about releasing things that are troubling us. The new moon is about planting new intentions for what we want to create in the future. So it can get easy to lose time, where the whole year goes by just like that. Here it's December. It seems like yesterday it was January. When you start to pay attention to the moon, you have something to measure. So if you take the new moon that's coming here fairly soon, I can't remember the date offhand, and we take the new moon energy and we make an intention. For the next 28 days, I want to practice more patience, or for the next 28 days, I want to be more organized, whatever it is. And then when the next new moon comes, you can compare. And with the full moon, with releasing, where with the full moon, I want to release my fears about connecting with my loved one. I want to release my doubt that they are serious, and allow yourself to be open if you're approached. This doesn't mean you necessarily have to go out hunting for someone to talk to. No, that's not what I'm picking up. The energy I'm picking up is that there's someone dear to you who wants to apologize, but they just don't know how. So Archangel Haniel is saying to us, and I'm grateful for this message, let's take care of our own hearts, right? Who do we need to apologize to? Who do we need to be kind to? Kinder. Maybe it's your own self. But Haniel is asking us to just turn around the eyes and look at our own self and become more calm and patient for ourselves, and stop putting pressure on the other people that are around in our life. Because as much as I know you're a wonderful person and you're filled with humor and intelligence, not everybody finds you funny, right? And sometimes they'll get upset or angry at something you say or do, and you're like, wait, I didn't mean anything by it. It's amazing how those tiny mistakes can get in the way of our peace of mind as we're going forward. So, okay, my friends, thank you so much. I'm grateful that you guys popped in tonight. If there's nobody else, any more questions, I'm going to scoot and go watch. I think I'm going to watch a Christmas movie tonight, as that time of year is coming about. So thank you so much, as usual, for coming and joining my live. I really enjoy spending time with you, and I hope y'all have a good rest of the week. Stay warm out there. Love you. Bye now.